Howdy, y'all. This is Proverbs chapter 9 in the New King James Version for May 9th, 2023. I'm watching a plant deal go down right now. Wisdom has built her house. She's hewn out her 7 pillars. She's slaughtered her meat. She's mixed her wine. She has also furnished her table. She has set out her maidens. She cries out from the highest places of the city. Whoever is simple, let him turn in here. As for him who lacks understanding, she says to him, Come, eat of my bread and drink of my wine I've mixed. Forsake foolishness and live, and go in the way of understanding. He who corrects a scoffer gets shame for himself, and he who rebukes a wicked man only harms himself. Do not correct a scoffer, lest he hate you. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love you. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be still wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. For by me your days will be multiplied, and the years of your life will be added to you. If you are wise for yourself, and if you scoff, you will bear it alone. A foolish woman is clamorous. She's simple, and she knows nothing, for she sits at the door of her house on a seat by the highest places of the city to call to those who pass by, who go straight on their way. Whoever's simple, let him turn in here. As for him who lacks understanding, she says to him, Stolen water's sweet, bread eaten in secret is pleasant. But he does not know that the dead are there, and that her guests are in the depths of hell. I always love the interplay between wisdom and folly. And it's like, on one hand, it's like, is wisdom a force is the wrong word, a form, as Plato might have described it, is that outside of God, outside of the Trinity, everything's part of God. Like things like justice, beauty, Pirsig argues like they're forms, and we know them when we see them, even if we can't describe it in specifics what that looks like. What do you mean it's beautiful? Look at it, it's beautiful. And there's subjective tenses on that, but in objects of great purity and beauty, I think that's pretty universally agreed. That's a beautiful thing. The sunrise is beautiful. The sunset is beautiful. Versus, my whole point to that is like wisdom being like a form, something that not part of the Trinity, versus is what's being described here, essentially Jesus, before Jesus came to earth. And I don't know that that's right. I don't think that that's right. However, I think it's a beautiful callback here when she says, forsake foolishness and live, and go in the way of understanding. Go and sin no more, right? Jesus shows up and was like, repent, go and sin no more. This is wisdom talking, right? Whoever's simple, let him turn in here. If you lack understanding, come eat my bread, drink of the wine I mixed. Forsake foolishness and live. Go in the way of understanding. I think it's a great parallel. Versus folly, mockingly from her house. Yeah, you come in here. I'll teach you too. But it's a way of death. It's ultimately a way of decay and problems and death. Trying this without the headset today because, my audio's been terrible. And I may re-record here in a moment. Last night I was so tired from planning all that stuff and just being with the boys and it being a late start. But yeah, as soon as I started, it was like a plant deal going off. One car pulled up, and then another, like it was a van, and an SUV pulled up with a funny plate. And then she hops out and talk for a minute. I think some money might have been exchanged, and then she turns around and opens up the door, pulls out 2 hanging baskets and walks them over, puts in the car, closes the door, and they both drive off. plant deal. Anyway, been a morning. Thankful for the job. And going to see what else I can do to make some money today. I built a trellis yesterday, like a grape arbor. Not quite. I did like one long trellis and then one over the top. So I look forward to a video of that. I'm going to get some PVC to kind of complete my vision here. And I got to decide just how tall I want it, because I want to be able to walk under it. So I'm going to need like 8 feet and 10 feet PVC. And that's just always fun, because there's no pool store up here to go get 20 feet and cut it to the lengths I need. I got to go buy in 10-foot lengths, which means I'll buy more. What can you do? Anyway, seek wisdom.